Hello everyone, we are here to study the 6 orbital elements of orbital mechanics. The elements actually are A, which is the semi-major axis, second element is E, that is termed as eccentricity, third element is inclination angle. Which is denoted by small I. Fourth element is capital omega. It is called as right ascension of ascending node. Fifth element is named as small omega, or we can say it is recognized as small omega, and it is argument of perigee. The sixth and the last element is true anomaly. These 6 elements are actually used to determine the position, location and the size of the orbit. Now we'll see that these two elements, which is the semi-major axis and eccentricity, these are used to determine the size and shape of our orbit. Further, the next 3 topics, that inclination angle, right ascension of ascending node and argument of perigee, these 3 are used to find the position of satellite in orbit. And the last one, this tells the location, that where exactly the satellite is at the current time. Now let us further understand the definitions or the actual values of these 6 parameters. The first parameter was A, which is the semi-major axis. Now here the condition is that the orbit of satellite is ellipse in nature according to the Kepler's law. So this elliptical orbit has a major axis, that is the line which is joining the two foci like this. This is F1, this is F2. So this complete distance is said to be the major axis, and the half of this distance is said to be semi-major axis. So this is the actually parameter which is used to tell the shape of the orbit, that exactly what is the shape of the orbit. If in any condition A is equals to R, or we can say that this semi-major axis and this minor axis are equal, like we can denote minor axis by B, and if I am saying that A is equals to B, then I can say that my orbit is circular. And generally in circular orbits, what do we say? We say that B is radius. So it is denoted by R. So this is the parameter which tells the shape of your orbit. Then the second parameter was eccentricity. Eccentricity value defines that whatever is the shape of orbit, or if the value lies between these 2 points, then it tells that actually the orbit, elliptical orbit, is like this, or it is like this, or it is more like this. So it exactly tells, the value exactly tells us that what should be the shape. So these two parameters are actually used for shape and size. Then we will talk about the third parameter, which is inclination angle. Actually, the inclination angle is like, we can consider that this is Earth and this Earth must be having an equatorial plane. So this equatorial plane is denoted like this. We are considering an example. Now what inclination angle says that if the equatorial plane is like this and the orbit of the Earth is like this, orbit of the satellite, I'm sorry, this is the satellite orbit. So now the inclination angle is actually the angle between these 2 points. Like for defining, we can say that the place or the line which cuts the equatorial plane from the axis, that particular point makes an angle, and that angle is said to be the inclination angle. And most of the times we consider the direction of the angle from south to north. So this is the inclination angle. This tells us that what is the point of that particular satellite or that particular orbit where the satellite is being placed. Inclination angle also tells us something, that if the value of inclination is less than equals to 90 degree, then that particular orbit has a motion which is called as prograde motion. And if the inclination angle is greater than 90 degree, then that orbit is called as an orbit which is in retrograde motion. So motion is defined with respect to the rotation of Earth. Or we can say that if rotation of Earth and revolution of satellite are in same direction, then it is prograde motion. And if rotation of Earth and revolution of satellite is in opposite direction, then it is said to be retrograde motion. Now we will talk about the fourth point, which was capital omega. This is the notation of this particular term, that was right ascension of ascending node. Now for understanding the right ascension of ascending node, firstly we need to understand that what is ascending node. Actually, if we consider this to be our orbit of the satellite, and let this be the equatorial plane, and satellite is moving from south towards north, then this point where the orbit of the satellite cuts the equatorial plane, that point is said as ascending node. Sorry. Or we can even understand this concept by inclination angle too. The point where the inclination angle is formed, that point is said to be the ascending node. But the condition is that ascending node comes when we are moving from south to north. And there is a concept of descending node also. This is the first cut point. There is one point here also, but we will consider this to be the ascending node. Similarly here, this is the descending node. So this is what is the ascending node. Now for defining the right ascension of ascending node, what happens is, let this be the center of Earth. Here be the center of Earth. CE, denoted as center of Earth. What we will do, we will make a vector line joining the center of Earth and the ascending node, and there is a point in our space which is termed as first point of Aries. Aries is a constellation. So in that constellation there is a point named as first point of Aries. What we will do, we will form a straight line, a vector joining the first point of Aries and the center of the Earth. Now the angle between these two vectors is named as, or is denoted as capital omega, which is the right ascension of ascending node. Now the direction of this point is actually calculated by calculating the rotation direction of Earth or rotational direction of Earth, which is anti-clockwise according to the polar orbits or polar lines. So that is why the direction is this side. So this is the right ascension of ascending node. This is actually telling that from a reference point, what would be the position of your satellite orbit. Then the fourth parameter was, the fifth parameter was argument of perigee. Which is denoted as small omega. Argument of perigee is another concept which is related to the ascending node. We'll say that this is the equatorial plane, or this is the orbit. Here there is Earth or center of Earth. Let us consider this to be the ascending node. It is the point where the equator and the satellite orbit cut itself from south to north. Now the point joining, the vector joining the center of Earth and this ascending node, making an angle with the center of Earth and perigee, is called as argument of perigee, which is small omega. Now one more new concept comes here, that what is perigee? Perigee is actually a point which lies at the axis of ellipse and is very far away from the Earth. Like for understanding this concept, we can say that this is the orbit of the Earth. Here the Earth lies. There are 2 points joining the axis like this. So the point which is away from the Earth is said to be apogee, and the point which is nearer to the Earth is called as perigee. So now this is that reference line which is used here, and the vector line that is joining the center of Earth and the ascending node, and there is the angle between these 2 vectors. This is the argument of perigee, and it also defines the position of satellite. The 3 points which I talked about after the first 2 points was inclination angle, right ascension of ascending node, and argument of perigee. These 3 points tell us that what is the position of the satellite. Now we talked about first the size, the shape and the position. Now we need to talk about the location. That is the 6th point. Location is determined by true anomaly. True anomaly actually tells us that what is the point of satellite in our orbit. Like if the Earth lies here, this is our Earth, and the satellite at time t1 is lying here, satellite at time t2 is lying here, satellite at time t3 is here. So the angle from one point and the line joining the Earth center and the perigee point is said to be the true anomaly. In the second case, at time t2, the angle changes like this. At time t3, the angle is again changed, and the direction of this angle is also, or this parameter is also anti-clockwise according to the polar axis of our Earth rotation. So these were all the 6 orbital parameters of orbital mechanics, or we can say that these are 6 parameters which help us determining the position, shape and location of our satellite in an orbit. Now we can have some special considerations, like if the value of inclination angle is 0 degree, then what should be the value of omega and capital omega? When we talk about I is equals to 0, I was the angle between the equatorial plane and the orbit. Now if it is 0, then this is the equatorial plane and this should be the orbit lying just above the Earth. equatorial plane. So inclination is 0. Now when the inclination is 0, then there should not be any point which is termed as argument of perigee. When we are not having argument of perigee, then it is said to be undefined. Why is it undefined? The reason is very obvious, that we are unable to find ascending node, because there is no cut point between the orbit and the equator. So that is why we say that when I is equals to 0 or it is 180 degree, then omega is undefined and capital Omega is also undefined. After this we can say, I will tell you the ranges of all the angles. The range of inclination angle is from 0 to 180. Range of omega is 0 degree to 360 degrees. Range of capital Omega is again 0 degrees to 360 degrees. And true anomaly also ranges from 0 to 360 degree as it is moving all round. So these are the actual orbital parameters and its definitions. Thank you.